Okay guys, this is just a little video on our CBD, about our CBD and how we work with it. Um, this is kind of a little look behind the scenes as to our relationship with CBD specifically, and how we like to get the most out of the CBD we use and why we select the CBD that we do. Again, I guess this is what makes us different from other CBD companies, really. So let's take a look behind the curtain and look at how we work with CBD, basically. So from being in the space for a little while, I've had a look at various different extracts and their origins. So naturally, I've been on the search for the best CBD extracts I can find. We actually get our extracts from EU certified strains of cannabis sativa L. So this means we know how the plants are grown, their quality and their traceability. So we actually carefully select the strains that we want to use that are not only high in CBD but also have other beneficial cannabinoids as well. So that's the kind of selection criteria I've used to find really good extracts, because the other cannabinoids provide an enhanced effect over and above just the CBD. So what they're called is entourage cannabinoids. So what you have is CBD and its other siblings, other cannabinoids like cannabigerol, cannabigerol. They all have, as I've said in one of the previous videos, they all have their own therapeutic effects whilst also having shared ones with CBD. So it's better to have an abundance of the other cannabinoids in the extract as well as CBD. Another selection criteria, we look for strains that are particularly high in certain concentrations and diversities of terpenes. So certain extracts can have what's called a terpene profile. Certain terpene profiles may be more suited to daytime use of CBD. Some terpene profiles may be more suited to nighttime use, and other outcomes as well. So we basically select extracts which have certain terpene profiles which go in a certain direction to elicit a certain response, such as the get woke versus the nightcaps. And I've done a video including an explanation on terpenes, but they're basically the chemicals that give cannabis and other plants their unique fragrances and provide a physiological effect and therapeutic value in their own right, in addition to cannabinoids. So we use a very common and gold standard extraction process to get our CBD from the plants. We use a process called supercritical CO2 extraction. It's the gold standard method for extracting CBD from cannabis plants. Because it's one of the cleanest procedures available, there is no residual solvent left over, because you can pass the CO2 through the plant and all of it comes out, as opposed to something like ethanol or butane. So using CO2 enables the extraction of many beneficial plant compounds, including the cannabinoids and CBD, whilst minimizing any residual impurities. So what you get is a full spectrum extract which contains the other cannabinoids, terpenes, flavonoids, and phytochemicals. So they all remain together and provide an enhanced experience beyond just CBD, known as the entourage effect, which I've covered in another video. So this is basically CO2 extraction in a nutshell. You go from using the stalks, stems, leaves, and buds of hemp and cannabis plants, and you grind it all up, pack it into this cylinder here in this machine. CO2 is passed through it, and what you get is this dark viscous paste, which contains all of the original bioactive compounds and preserves close to the original biochemical makeup of the plant. And as I've said in one of the other videos, you can take this paste on the right hand side, you can refine it even further to produce broad spectrum extracts. You can get rid of the dark tarry taste and texture of it, and while still maintaining some of the good stuff in, which is what we do for our oral drops. It's called a distillate, and it's like slightly lighter and orange in color. But that's CO2 extraction in a nutshell. So how we work with CBD. So we've identified that in the CBD market, especially in the UK, there is just quite a lot of similar CBD products which aren't necessarily purpose driven. So they're along the more generic lines. So here, buy our CBD. We have it in different concentrations, and do with it what you will. But we're focused on making CBD products with a purpose, and we're looking to lead the market in developing different functional varieties of CBD. And our oral drops are a perfect example of that. Based on different moods, they have different botanical ingredients in them, different formulations, pointed to different functional aspects, basically different functional purposes. So generic CBD may do a good job for some people looking for something non-specific, but others may be looking to take a more targeted approach to what they want. So we want to move away from the market's approach of like a hip fire kind of shotgun approach to meeting people's needs towards a more targeted sniper approach. And we do that by offering people a choice. We don't say that this CBD is good for this, that, or the other. We offer people various choices and we let them choose which product they think may be best suited to their needs. So it is very non-prescriptive. We don't make claims about what product can do what. We simply offer a choice and people can try each one and find out which one works for them the best. So a little more on how we work with CBD. It's great on its own, but it's better when it's got company. So we draw on other botanical ingredients, which can come from cannabis plants or can come from other plants, which also contain bioactive substances. So just like cannabis contains CBD, other plants also have their own star players as well. So turmeric, for example, contains curcumin, which is the bioactive ingredient, which has been shown in studies to be especially good for pain relief and complements the pain relieving effects, and could complement the pain relieving effects of CBD when it's put together. So this was kind of the thinking behind developing the relief drops. Another example is cacao. This contains substances which interact with the endocannabinoid system, N-linolyl N-ethylamide and N-oleoleethylamide. Those are two serious mouthfuls, and I'm pretty sure I just butchered them, but they're two compounds which interact with the endocannabinoid system. They are very similar to CBD in their mechanisms of action. They boost a chemical in the body called anandamide. It is an endocannabinoid and translates to what's known as a bliss chemical, which does all sorts of things. One of the main things it does is boost mood and quells levels of inflammation. So this actually makes cacao a perfect partner with CBD for mood, for kind of mood focused things. So basically the message here is that different plants do different things, and it's their unique mix of bioactive compounds which is responsible for these differences. So it's why we put different plants and extracts in different products so people can choose which one they want to use for their needs. So this is more towards just the CBD extract side of things. So cannabis sativa is a gold mine on its own when it comes to bioactive compounds, because it doesn't just contain CBD but hundreds of other cannabinoids too, or other siblings to CBD as I like to think of it. So other cannabinoids include cannabitramine and cannabidiolic acid, or CBDA. These are all real tongue twisters to say, and I am butchering them slightly, but thank God for the abbreviations. So they may be, so these two in particular may be actually, they've been shown in studies to be perhaps better antidepressants than CBD. Certain studies of animals have shown that they have had a stronger effect in terms of depression on the serotonin system than CBD itself. So it's just an example that although the spotlight is very much on CBD, these other cannabinoids may be bred in extracts to be higher concentration to provide uh, a larger effect in certain areas, such as in mood altering properties. And similarly, other cannabinoids could be more powerful in other aspects, in other functional aspects. So by selecting strains of cannabis sativa that are particularly high in certain other cannabinoids, such as CBDA or CBC, we can start to target them to specific functional areas such as mood regulation, pain, or sleep. So, I think we've got to be careful about how we talk about things regarding health, but we like to focus on functional aspects of um, of health rather than health and disease. So just everyday functioning like mood, like sleep, and to a lesser extent pain. Um, but those are more things, lifestyle afflictions, kind of. So slightly watered down. But cannabis sativa has other compounds too, and they're kind of like cousins to CBD and to cannabinoids, and these are called terpenes. Terpenes also have functional properties of their own. So some varieties of CBD extract may be stimulating, whereas others may be sedating, and it's all to do with the different mix of terpenes and cannabinoids as well. So we carefully select extracts based on the mix of cannabinoids and the mix of terpenes, and this is how we kind of work with different CBD extracts. So we want to try and look at the research and look at what mix of cannabinoids may be good for what, and provide the products for people to select. We're never going to claim that a certain product could do something, but we're going to look at the research and put the options out there for people. So this is why we use different extracts for different products and purposes. So our nightcaps, for example, we've carefully selected a strain of cannabis hybrid that naturally has more sedating, sleep-inducing qualities, whereas our Get Woke caps use a more enlivening sativa-like extract. So it's just a perfect example of using two different extracts based on their functional properties. So so that's the thinking behind those two different products. So it's not just that they have different dosages, they actually use different extracts. So in summary, we aim to cater to people's different needs by using different varieties of CBD extract with unique blends of cannabinoids and terpenes, and we also use additional botanical ingredients which have specific functional properties. With all of our products, we like to use third-party lab tests, and this helps ensure that the quality is up to the high standards we aim to hold for all of our products. They are tested for CBD content, so you know that you're getting the CBD we say that you are, so we can guarantee that they have the concentration of CBD. We also test for THC, so we can continually clarify that it is well below the UK and EU limits of THC, and it ensures compliance with the law. We do test some of our products for terpenes to show that they are in there and they are present, and we test for terpenes so we can see which extracts have what in them. So we can really demonstrate the diversity in our products through that way, and basically the terpenes complement the effects of CBD for a truly superior experience. So our products are intended to support the health of whoever uses them, which is why we go to extra lengths to ensure their purity and safety. We have started testing them for heavy metals, and we are proud to say that the extracts we use are devoid of these contaminants. So that's a huge win, because hemp and cannabis plants can be subject to taking up heavy metals from the environment. So it's good to use varieties which are clean. A little bit on quality control. So our products are manufactured in a fully licensed facility and are safety assessed, and a cosmetic product safety report is issued and created before they are put on sale, meeting all the current EU standards set out in the EU regulations. So we are legit when it comes to our cosmetic products, manufacturing facility with those certificates. Our oral drops and our capsules are also manufactured in a laboratory, which also is fully licensed and safety assessed. We also have the products tested, the cosmetic products are also microbiologically tested and stability tested before the cosmetic product safety report can be made. And all the cosmetic products are registered on the Cosmetic Products Notification Portal in order to meet the obligations of a regulation. Blah, 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 blah. We are strongly against animal testing, so none of our products or ingredients have been tested on animals. And all of our products are made in the UK, handmade in the UK, and are produced to good manufacturing practice. Yeah, we like to align ourselves with good manufacturers who are ethical and work in clean and certified environments. And we've had good and long-standing relationships with both of our manufacturers. So you know, we're proud to say that we have good quality products from the ground up, basically. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope that was a useful video.